Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ground and Pound Podcast Quick Picks video for UFC Fight Night Moreno taking on Kavanagh. And you know what we do here on the Quick Picks video. We rapid fire full card breakdown with a confident level traffic light system at the bottom. If this week's got you down and you're in a rush, this video is for you. And we're going to kick things off in the early prelim opener of Francis Marshall taking on Eric Silva. I do not trust Eric Silva. 2-year layoff, 38 years old, coming off a serious injury. Give me Marshall. He should be the better wrestler, better striker. I think he can get this one done on the feet or on the ground. No need to overanalyze this one. Give me Marshall here in a confident pick. Next up, we've got Javier Reyes taking on Silva de Andrade. I think Reyes here is a little bit overzealous in the striking, not necessarily defensively sound, Coming off of Contender Series, it's always wise to fade the UFC debutantes, but Silva is very low output here at altitude. I think the only real game plan he can implement is mixing in the grappling, but I don't think that he has the cardio or the volume here to be able to do that for 3 straight rounds at altitude. Give me Reyes here in a slight lean. I think this one is something that is very, very tough to call, but I think Reyes should be able to get this one done on the feet. Next up, we've got Regina Torina taking on Anesta Kovatskaita. I'm going to pick Kovatskaita here, obviously a full camp. I do think that Torina is not a bad fighter. These women are basically mirror images of each other. I think that Kovatskaita falls into the clinch at times. I think Regina will obviously oblige with the clinch, looking to get outside trips and takedowns here. But I do think that Kovatskaita on a full camp should be able to get this one done in the striking and ultimately win some sort of decision here, whether it be split or unanimous. And next up, we've got Christian Quinones taking on Chris Moutinho, and Moutinho is not UFC level. This guy gets beaten up and finished in most of his fights. And Quinones is a guy that has good boxing. We've seen him get taken down and submitted, but he should be able to finish Moutinho here on the feet with his boxing. I do think that this Mexican has a good job of mixing in his strikes, mixing in his kicks, and as long as Moutinho doesn't turn into Charles Oliveira on the ground, all of a sudden he should be safe here and ultimately win this one on the feet via stoppage. And next up, we've got Eileen Perez taking on Macy Chasson. And I think realistically, Macy Chasson's striking here should be enough. Her range, her long-range weapons should do the trick here. Her jab and her reach advantage should serve her well. Perez, obviously mixing in the wrestling is definitely what she looks to do in all of her fights, but I don't think she's going to be able to get the taller, rangier fighter here down consistently. And I think Macy Chasson is going to do a good job of fighting off those takedowns, kind of pitter-pattering on the outside with the jab and ultimately winning a decision here. Not confident because Perez is definitely the better fighter, but I do think that Chasson's going to be able to pull the upset off here as the slight underdog. And next up, we've got Wes Schultz taking on Damian Pinnis. Give me Wes Schultz here, man. Dog of the week. I think he can get this one to the ground and ultimately find the submission or ground and pound stoppage. Pinnis is a guy that's only been training in MMA for about 4 years, and he's only been really working on his grappling for the last year. So I think Wes Schultz here with the Division III All-American can definitely get this fight to the ground and ultimately find some sort of stoppage. He should be the better grappler as long as he avoids the power shots. He should be able to get this one done. And next up, we've got Ryan Gondra taking on Jose Medina. Medina is a guy that's a human punching bag. He wants to be able to tire you out. For you trying to finish him, he takes your best shots, lets you get tired, and then takes over. I think Gondra is definitely going to oblige to that game plan, so I'm not super confident in him. Coming off of Dana White's Contender Series, making his UFC debut, he is a wild man. He will definitely oblige for, kind of punching Medina until he gets tired. It's just whether Medina ends up folding here to the power of Gondra or Gondra getting tired trying to finish Medina, but I'm going to go with Gondra to get this one done as I don't trust Medina's skill set and his ability to actually finish fights and relying on people beating him up first. So give me Ryan Gondra to get this one done. And next up, we've got Daniel Zellhuber taking on King Green. Give me Zellhuber, man. I think this is a get-right spot for him. Bobby Green, obviously we know he's not a guy that is very defensively sound. He has that Roy Jones sort of style where his hands are very low down by his waist. And I think Zellhuber's kicks are going to be a problem here for him at range. I do think that Bobby Green refuses to wrestle at times. And I think that Zellhuber will be able to beat him on the feet with his kickboxing. He has nice straight shots down the pipe. Zellhuber should be able to get this one done, confident that he can pull back here after his loss to Michael Johnson. And next up, we've got Santiago Luna taking on Angel Pacheco. Give me Luna here, 4-time Mexican national champion in wrestling. And I think that Pacheco is a guy that realistically he's not UFC level. He's more of a jiu-jitsu guy, and I think that Luna's going to be able to counterbalance that with his high-level wrestling. And I think on the feet, Luna's going to carry enough power to be able to put Pacheco's lights out. So give me Luna here to get this one done in a confident pick. And next up, we've got Emmanuel Rodriguez taking on Kevin Borjas. And Kevin Borjas, he likes to fight on the outside, kind of darting in and out of range. And I think that Rodriguez's forward pressure here and his heavy boxing approach is just going to be too much for Borjas. He's going to back him up, land the big power shots. He does a good job of ripping to the body and coming upstairs. And I think Emmanuel Rodriguez should be able to get this one done with heavy forward pressure, taking away the speed, taking away the movement of Borjas, and taking away those kicks, and ultimately landing some sort of finishing blow here with the boxing. And next up, we've got Edgar Chairez taking on Felipe Bunes. Give me Chairez here. I think if he keeps this one on the feet, he should be able to do this one fairly easily. Bunes' Muay Thai style leaves him open, especially with the lack of head movement. Chairez could definitely beat him with the boxing. If he does decide to take it to the mat, he's well-versed on the ground, but I think that that's where Bunes would have at least a path to victory here with the jiu-jitsu finding a submission. Give me Edgar Chairez here to get this one done on the feet or on the ground. I like him to keep it done, though. Get it done on the feet. And next up, we've got David Martinez taking on Marlon Chito Vera. I don't trust Vera at this point in his career. Very low output. Tends to just be realistically just getting beaten up in fights and losing unanimous decisions. So give me David Martinez here. The doctor should be able to perform surgery on Marlon Vera, kicking at the calves, starting in and out at range, using his speed, and ultimately, landing more shots here than Marlon Vera ever refuses to throw. So give me David Martinez to get this one done here. And that brings us to the main event. And if you're enjoying the content, hit that like and subscribe button as we talk about Brandon Moreno taking on Lona Kavanagh. Obviously, Kavanagh stepping in on somewhat short notice here. Give me Brandon Moreno. Confident in him to get this one done. Kavanagh does not have the cardio to fight at altitude. He does not have the cardio on short notice. He doesn't have the cardio to fight 5 rounds. We know that Moreno can fight 5 rounds in his sleep. I think he builds into this one. He takes the first round off to get his reads. The first round might look, a little bit safe for Moreno, but I think he wants to be able to get a measure of Kavanagh on the feet, and ultimately here he can mix in the wrestling. I think he can wear on the gas tank, get him in the clinch, and ultimately wear on the young man as Brandon Moreno ultimately takes over as this fight goes on. The former champ should be able to get this one done. And if you're enjoying the content, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!